All right, it's showtime. Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Welcome to the Tuesday live stream, new time. Same great content, right? We've moved up a bit to accommodate our friends across the Atlantic or the Pacific. Hopefully this helps more people join the live stream should they choose to. All right. I don't typically say this until the end, but I just remembered to say it. Make sure you smash the like on the way in and on the way out. Obviously, you can only like once, but try to like the stream. It helps with the visibility. All right. Not that I care so much to be super visible, but if I'm going to do this, might as well, right? Might as well do it right. Hey, Wakar. Nice to see you as well. It's just, I think a lot of people, there is a dearth of solid and serious technical analysis in the crypto space. Not to say that I'm the only one, but it's helpful for people to know that this kind of work exists. Yeah. Not to say that I'm always right, but I am serious about this, and I do take pride in trying to be sound in my analysis. Whether it's right or wrong, I try to be sound. All right. So the title of the stream is Bitcoin in the coming weeks. I have a daily show. I talk about I'm a pro trader that trades intraday. I mostly swing trade big moves. But I kind of mention in the daily shows my long-term outlook, but I think these streams would be most useful in discussing my medium to long-term views, because that's not what we talk about on a day-to-day basis. Like right now, I'm on the 3-minute chart because, as I said this morning, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to come up to this region, and once it's in this region, I'm waiting for one more wave up. I will look to enter a short position or add to my short position, right? Because I am perceiving a move down. So I'm on the 3-minute chart because this wave is, you can't really look at it on a large time frame. You can't make sense of it. I can't count those waves on even the hourly or the 30-minute or even the 15-minute. So that's why I'm on the 3-minute chart. I don't care what the time frame is. I just want to do the work and the analysis. And if I want to make a good entry, that's necessary. Waiting for one wave up, and then obviously an A wave, a B wave, so I can wait. I don't have to take the trade on stream because I probably want to enter the short on the B wave. That's in my guidelines, that's in my rules. Enter shorts on retraces of the B wave, right? And so I will wait patiently for that. But as I said this morning, this is what I'm seeing on the charts. Really quickly, we have 5 waves. After 5 waves, that means to me that invariably we're going to get a zigzag. So this is the first wave of the zigzag. We're getting the second wave, the B wave, which is playing out. And then once we top out and do a little reversal, we're going down for 5 waves, okay? And so that's what I'm seeing, and this is what is playing out thus far. I want to draw your attention to this. I'm on the 3-minute chart, and the title, once again, of the stream is Bitcoin in the coming weeks. What if I told you that what I just circled is Bitcoin in the coming weeks, and we are currently here? Who sees that? And this is the beauty. Oh, wait. Sorry. We are currently here. Yes, we are currently here. Isn't that cool? This is the beauty of a fractal system. This is the beauty of fractals, right? It's time frame agnostic, and these patterns play out again and again and again on all kinds of time frames, right? These 5 waves, that's 3 months of downwards price action in Bitcoin, okay? So imagine, let's clean this up. I like this. I didn't think of this. I just thought of it in the moment. But I think it's applicable. Yeah, it works. Yeah, let's move this. Let's move all this. Okay. So we have, let's even get rid of the fibs. Okay. See this pink, and let's change it to white. Okay. So imagine, and this is useful because sometimes people are like, oh, it's so arrogant. How can you say that the price is going to do this or that? Like, how can you see in the future? Nobody can see in the future. But if you learn a system, and systems are based on patterns, and patterns are based on math, and math is based on, I don't know, patterns that play out in nature. They're natural patterns. It's natural science, the psychology of human beings, and they're patterns of fear and greed that tend to play out repetitively. You see it on all time frames. You'd be crazy not to pay attention to those kinds of patterns, right? Especially if they're proven to be viable. They're proven to be statistically significant, right? Now, those 5 waves down, imagine that's our 3 months of downwards price action, okay? And imagine this A wave or break of structure, initial break of structure is what we just printed. Imagine we're at the top here, okay? And we're pulling a reversal. So I'm going to zoom in. And this is great because this is exactly the reason people who trade with Elliott Wave or Gann analysis, that's why they do it, because these things repeat over and over. They don't repeat exactly the same, but the general patterns remain, okay? So imagine we're very, very specifically, very precisely at this point right here. Do you see that right here? That initial A wave? Okay, imagine we're there. And this is where I think we are. This candle right here. Because we've broken trend of the A wave, okay? And that candle right there is the break of trend. What comes after? Okay, we're in that. We haven't finished our A wave, yeah? Because our A wave, once again, needs another leg down, okay? But once we do, imagine the B wave comes and makes a new high. It's possible. It's possible that it doesn't. Again, it's not exact, but, just general patterns that we're observing here, okay? And once it does, then we nuke down, okay? And actually, as we did here, we create a lower low. This is what I anticipate, right? This is what you typically see. This is what I keep harping on, on this channel. This is a reversal pattern. This is the same stuff that you always see. An A wave, a B wave. The B wave typically forms a lower low. Not always, but typically, okay? And then, after that, you have what I call the C section. An A wave, a B wave, and then a C wave that's fully impulsive, okay? This whole thing is what I anticipate is coming for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. That A, B, and then C section, which is where we get massive gains. And I'm going to go and jump on the actual daily chart and show this. I anticipate that we come to between the 0.5 and the 618 of the downtrend, which would represent around 50 to 52K. Okay, this is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin in short in the coming weeks. Okay, And this is why I'm seeing it. I'm essentially using the same tried and true patterns that I see on all time frames. And the cool thing about this is you can backtest it. You can go on your 3-minute time frame, you can go on a 5-minute time frame, look at any asset and find these patterns and prove it to yourself. Don't take anybody's word for it, okay? Because a lot of people have different opinions. Go and see what the charts are showing you time and time again. And the beauty about small time frames is you can test a lot of these theories. If they're time frame agnostic, you can test a lot of these theories over and over and over again. You can even see them in real time. And that's how this morning, without seeing any of this price action, I could say with confidence that we are coming back up to, let's zoom out real quick. No, not that much. We're coming back up to, what'd I say? Hold up, one sec. I said we're coming back up to between 44.3 and 44.6, okay? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't do anything but use the same patterns that I've always used and use the math and use the principles of the wave principle, right? Of the Elliott Wave principle and common sense. Yeah, it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to apply it, right? I've practiced and practiced and practiced 10,000 plus hours for years. I've practiced, I've traded, I've put my emotions in, and this is me applying that principle simply, right? Nothing else. So that's how I said this morning, without any of this price action. And I was, sometimes you guys can tell. When I don't know. I'll say probably I don't know, I'm not sure, whatever. I didn't hesitate. There was very little, I wasn't that confused, right? I was like, okay, this is very likely to happen. One of the reasons I was so sure is there's literally one option. Once you see 5 waves after 5 waves, there's one option. It's a zigzag. And zigzags retrace between the 0.5 and the 618 of the A wave. And if this is your A wave, this B wave has to come to between 0.5 and 618. There's no ifs or buts about it. That's how I told you this morning exactly where price was going to go. Did I trade it? No, because I'm already in a trade. Also, this is a scalp. And I'm not into scalping. I'm a pro. And I don't have time to be scalping and following this and that. And, taking, lower time frame trades are more risky, right? And I'm looking for big gains, shit that I can pay my mortgage with. So if I'm going to trade, I'm going to enter a trade, I'm going to take some risk. It's got to be worth my while. So if I know a move is coming, I'm going to use it to improve my position. And I'm currently in a short that's under right now. But it's still alive. And I'm going to use the knowledge I have of the wave principle and that one more leg up to enter another short here to improve my position, average up my cost, right? Because I'm in a short, and then, take profit where I think price will go. So now let's go on the actual chart of Bitcoin, the daily chart. And again, you saw it on the small time frame. Yeah, I showed you. I didn't sometimes some people think, oh, you're just making stuff up. Obviously not the people that are subscribed to this channel. Right? You probably haven't subscribed for nothing, right? You probably know something about Elliott Wave theory, and so you're like, okay, he kind of knows what he's talking about, maybe. I'll give him a listen. But that's exactly how I'm saying, why I'm saying what I'm going to say. Because I've seen this pattern, not just on the 3-minute chart, like I just showed you. I've seen it over and over and over again. Not only have I seen it, my friends, I've traded it. Like, it pays my mortgage. Like, if I was unsure, I wouldn't put money on the line for it. Do you see what I mean? So obviously, the difficult part of this is that there are patterns that don't always play out exactly, and you have to understand how it applies and where to minimize risk and how to hedge against price going one way or another. There's always some room to play. It's not always exact, and that's the art. That's the art of trading, and I believe mastery of the theory, right? Knowing how to apply it and where it can kind of not break, but bend, okay? So this, my friends, is an A wave. I knew this was an A wave. I knew exactly that it was a zigzag. It played out like a zigzag. But what I didn't know is where we would end up. That's why I'm currently in a short that's down like $1,000. Is it, it's alive, whatever. Am I looking to make profit on that trade? Yeah, absolutely. And very soon, right? But if I had a crystal ball, I would know exactly what the top was, but I didn't, right? So some people think that just because you claim to know what pattern's playing out, you know exactly what trade to take and you're always going to make $1 Brazilian. No. Maybe in time I'll be a Brazilianaire, but not yet. I still make mistakes and there's still some room, right? There's some room for error. There's some room for interpretation. But large kind of stepping back, this is clearly an A wave, my friends. This is 3 waves. You're breaking structure. You hit the wave 4 of the previous pattern or the previous trend, and you even hit the wave 4 of the larger trend, right? Like this is sub wave 4, this is the larger wave 4. You've hit both of them with this, okay? What comes after, invariably, okay? And you can ask any trader that is competent in their system, okay? Whether they use market cipher, whether they use divergence, whether they use whatever, they will tell you that there is an impending drop, okay? They may know nothing about the reversal pattern, but they'll tell you their indicators or whatever they use are telling them there is a drop. Now, not everybody's going to tell you where this drop is going to. But for instance, a trader I listened to, Jason Casper, nice guy, a good colleague. We had the exact same support levels, okay? He uses market cipher and all these indicators, and he trades for a living as well. I don't use any of those, but we came to the same conclusions. It really doesn't matter what system you use, but sound analysis is sound analysis, okay? And so after this A wave, you're going to get a B wave. Is Jason perceiving this B wave? Maybe not. But, he's using his method and he's seeing some kind of drop and he's seeing the same levels I am in terms of where we may find support in the short time frame. But this is talking about where we're going in the coming weeks. And very simply, after this A wave, we get some sort of B wave. Again, we may make a lower low, we may not make a lower low. Here's according to the wave principle, the maximum retracement. Here, let's be very careful here. Okay, I'm using the magnet just to be very precise. The maximal retracement that I see that we can make based off of this A wave that we've printed, right? And this A wave's complete, so we have all of the data, is very, very precisely 27K. I do not see us going beneath 27K. If we went all the way to 27K, that would be within the realm of reversal. That would be a very, very deep B wave retracement, right? Because, again, we know that the B wave can retrace all the way down to the 1618, and that represents the 1618 retracement. Okay, do you see that? Right? So this is an A wave. The B wave can come all the way down here and still be a B wave, and make a lower low and still be within this whole reversal pattern. Okay, but do I expect it to come to the 1618? I don't think so. I think it's most likely that we simply go here. Here's where I think we go. So we're on the daily. I see a bunch of support here and here. So I think that it's likely that we find support at the 1236. There's no reason to come all the way down to the 1618. Where's the 1236? Between 30 and 31K. If I had to put money on it, I'm setting my take profit for my shorts at 30 to 31K. If I'm wanting to go long, I'm setting buy orders, not financial advice, between 30 and 31K. I believe that is where we will find support. Okay? Again, I don't know. We can come all the way to the 1618, but I think that 30 to 31K is likely given the support and resistance I just showed. Okay. Once we get our A wave, okay? We have our A wave. And let's say we get our B wave and it comes down to between 30 and 31K. After that, you get something that I call a C section. And just like you saw on the 3-minute chart earlier, it's a flat correction essentially. Like that. It's an A wave, another B wave, and then you're fully impulsive, okay? That's when everybody's like, ooh, new bull run, new cycle, up only again. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Nothing's going to stop it. But if all of this plays out, it's very, very likely that everything we said up until this point is exactly as it is. Meaning, we have our 5 waves. Let's see if I remember this count. It's like 1, 2, that was 3, 4, 5. We have our 5 waves down. We get our reversal pattern. And the reversal tops out where 2 waves top out. Where do 2 waves top out? They top out at the 0618. Actually, the bottom is right here. Right here. This candle right here. It's the bottom. This is a B wave. So if I want to draw the Fibonacci retracement to see where the top is, and again, I believe that you need to be on the log scale here because you're trying to encompass data between 34K and 69K. And if you do that on the linear scale, your numbers are inaccurate, right? I think that it's important to be accurate, and I wouldn't mess with the linear scale when trying to do such large time frame analysis, right? So this is why I'm on the log scale, and this is why I think the top is 52.6. 52.6 is the top. I believe that we reach it. Maybe we wick above slightly, but that's it. And once we hit that, basically that will represent 5 waves. That will represent 5 waves. We will see, in my estimation, this is what I'm planning for, this is what I'm trading for, this is what I'm seeing. If something changes, should, I have a better insight or whatever, I see an error, obviously I'm going to talk about it on the channel, but thus far, this is what I'm seeing. And this is no different than my daily analysis, right? Because it's time frame agnostic. This is exactly what I did this morning. I just said, after these 5 waves, we get a reversal, and the price is likely to come to this point. That's exactly what happened. And did you see, if you remember the 3-minute chart, did you see what price did after that reversal pattern played out? It just shot up. It literally was just boom, like a rocket. That's exactly what I anticipate once we get to that point. Now, people who are unfamiliar with reversal patterns, unfamiliar with price action, right? People like to focus on price, not price action. This is what gives you an edge as a serious chartist. You care about price somewhat, obviously, but you're more concerned with the patterns that are playing out. Once you see these patterns, you're like, ooh, I know what's coming. Once you get here, you ride this up. But once we get here, you start taking profit. You start exiting your positions, spot positions, your margin positions, because you know exactly what's coming. This is what I see coming in the coming weeks, okay? All of this is corrective price action. This will take some time. I don't know how long, and I don't really care, to be honest, right? How long did this A wave take? Let's see. This A wave took 17 days, okay? I anticipate this B wave right here to be quick. They're not always quick, but they tend to be quick. Why? Because you have a lot of impulse right here. Like after, let me just clean this up. After you get your A wave, right? and then you get your B wave. That takes some time. The C wave, the impulse, is quick. And a lot of times it's quick probably because a lot of people don't think that we're going to retrace that much. So there's a lot of long orders. There's a lot of orders, people, with stops that are going to get hit. And so longs forcing, that are squeezed into being shorts. I don't know why. I'm just, kind of speculating. But these tend to go quickly. They come quickly down. And then what takes time is the reversal, right? The C-section reversal, going to A, again to B, and then consolidating, and then back into C. And that is quick as well. Just like you saw on the 3-minute chart. Once we hit the reversal, we just shot up. And it was just boom, 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 right? And that's why we call it an impulse. That's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Yeah, and that's why I'm seeing it. That's what's most important, right? A lot of people give analysis. It's all speculative, right? We're all giving our opinion. But I love being able to share why I'm seeing something. And you make your own decisions, So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I see in Bitcoin in the coming weeks. And, the short time frames corroborate this analysis and showed you 100 years of price action, right? You can backtest all this stuff, which I think is amazing. I'm just going to go back on the other chart and check on Bitcoin. Looks like we're in a wave 4 complex correction because this wave 2 correction right here was simple. So I'm just going to wait. Whatever we want to do here, I'm going to wait for that last leg. And then I'm going to wait again till we do an A wave and B wave. Then I'm going to enter the short here because my rules state that I wait for the break of trend before going short. And I should have done that in the last trade I took, and I didn't do it. Didn't listen to my rules, and I have my rules for a reason because I thought about this for a long time, and I'm like, oh, I lost money when I didn't do this. I haven't lost money yet, but I'm down on my trade, as I said. It's because I was sloppy. Let's call it what it is, right? So I'm waiting for something like this, wherever the 618 is, right? We can all obviously wick above it. And then the A wave is going to break trend, target wave 4 of the previous pattern. 3 waves in B, and then C. This is where I take my shorts, somewhere here. Okay, and those B waves, like I said, they're, they are what they are. I'm just looking for 3 waves, zigzag, flat correction. I don't care. I ladder in at this point because I get confirmation that the trend is broken here. And that's why it's safe, because I know, okay, we broke trend. We're not going to continue to go up. I'm not trading against the trend. I'm letting the price tell me where it's going. I had my idea, and then I wait for confirmation. That's confirmation. That's a safe trade, not financial advice. Hey, everyone. DJ No Name, what's up? Let me know what you mean by the ABC scenario. Madden, 83 Madden, what's up? Is the first upwards leg finished with 45.5? Could this be an A wave or more leg up at 46.5? What do you mean? Got to get a little more specific. 83 Madden. Is the first leg of what? 45.5. Let me see if I can understand what you're saying. Let me zoom out and just look at the chart. 45.5. Okay, you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. I understand what you're talking about. Could this A wave or more leg up is the first upwards leg finish with 45? I believe so. I believe that, again, larger context, this was a zigzag correction for me, okay? That's how I see it. That's how I read it. 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up. That's why in context you don't get 5 waves and wave 2 and then 5 waves and wave 4 and then 5 waves, right? It's just a one-off for me. That's why the end of this is the end. And this whole thing is an A wave, a corrective waves, and what comes next is a B wave, another corrective wave. You know, if you get where there's A, there's going to be B, and there's going to be C, right? So that's what I'm seeing. To answer your question, 83 Madden. We are in the third super cycle now after finishing second wave in 32.92.5. Okay, so DJ No Name, I was watching BitBoy this morning, and I do watch BitBoy. You know what I appreciate about BitBoy? He doesn't know anything about technical analysis, and I don't think he pretends to. But his channel is a great place. It's a great aggregator of the crypto space, right? You have political crypto people, apolitical crypto people, people that are inclined to technical analysis, people that do NFTs, shitcoiners. You have all kinds of stuff. He brings them all on the channel. So if you want, kind of a broad representation of the crypto space, like BitBoy is where it's at, right? He just brings people together on his channel, which I appreciate, okay? Don't agree with a lot of things he says, but he's entertaining for the most part. And it's just cool. It's a great place to see who's in crypto, right? So anyway, I was watching BitBoy this morning. I don't watch every day, but sometimes I have time and I watch. And the guy, Blockchain Backer, was on. And he was essentially showing his views, and I guess he's renowned in the crypto space or on crypto Twitter or wherever because he, quote unquote, predicted the top. Okay, and the way he did this, and I'm the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm answering your question, DJ No Name. The way he did this was, I don't know if he knows this or not, but he was basically doing a very rudimentary Elliott Wave analysis. Okay, he was basically looking at the fractals and the waves, and he was saying, instead of looking at cycles from the way we typically look at it, you know, from the halving, right, the fundamental cycles, look at what the chart is showing. And he was showing basic waves, 5-wave patterns in Elliott Wave, but he didn't mention Elliott Wave by name, okay? And using that, he came to understand where the top would be, and he actually has come to similar conclusions that I have on a broader sort of time frame. So let's go back to the BLX, the big chart with Bitcoin from, a penny, and let's go on the monthly, just to address your question, DJ No Name. Let's delete that. Let's delete all this. Okay, and when you talk about cycles, right, I think one of the mistakes people make, hey Aziz, what's up? One of the mistakes people make in crypto is talking about, if you're charting, you should chart, right? The fundamentals will take care of themselves, and they're already baked into the chart. People confuse themselves. It's my understanding and it's my opinion that people confuse themselves by both trying to talk about the fundamentals and chart the fundamentals, and then try to do some charting. I feel like you're kind of doing a weak or light version of technical analysis, which has nothing to do with fundamentals, insofar as you're not looking at the fundamentals, you're just looking at the chart, and the fundamentals are built into the price action. Nor are you doing good fundamental analysis because you're trying to chart, right? I think one or the other should suffice, and they both should kind of maybe talk with one another. But again, for people who like to apply fundamentals to charts in crypto, not in traditional markets, but in crypto, I don't know how useful it is, because when do you apply the fundamental news, right? Crypto is not the same as the fundamental markets insofar as it's on a clock. There's no 9 to 5 of crypto. Like, we don't do gaps. Like, oh, it stopped trading. There are no circuit breakers in crypto. There is not, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can, the timing of fundamental markets makes more sense. Like, when these these traditional market traders talk about daily closes and closing of candles, like, the traditional markets care about what the hell time it is. Crypto markets don't give a damn what time it is, right? And this is somebody coming from, I've never traded traditional markets, but I've traded crypto markets successfully, and I've never cared when a candle was closing. I've never cared that I'm trading on a weekend versus not trading on a weekend. Like, who gives a damn? And I would say, if I'm wrong, then prove it. Prove that your fundamental, Jerome Powell saying this made crypto do this or that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously all markets are interrelated. Every market is interrelated. But the idea that you can use, the Fed as buy and sell signals is a joke. I mean, who's done it? And prove it to me. Show me. Who can do it successfully, systematically? You're looking for systematization, right? A systematic kind of system. So when we talk about cycles, to answer your question, DJ Nomi, talk about cycles. If you're looking at the halving and you're referring to those cycles, then I don't look at them. If you're looking at, if by cycles you mean these waves, then I'm all ears, because that to me is what I've been looking at, what I see works time and time and time again. I can go on the minute chart and I can see this. I can go on the 5-minute chart and I can see this. I can go on an hourly chart and I can see it. And I'm on the monthly chart, and that's why I'm projecting what I'm projecting. This is just a typical rollover, right? This is like textbook. This is the 8-wave pattern. You got 5 waves up, you got 3 waves down. There's nothing complicated about this. This is as basic as it gets. So there's nothing kind of radical or special about this analysis. It's like basic Elliott Wave 101. I count 5 waves. I need an A wave. That's our initial break of structure. I say this almost every day, right? That's why I expect Bitcoin to come to between $1,150 and $165 in this move down, okay? And then after that, I anticipate we get some sort of a B wave, which should come up, and I don't know how far up it will go, okay? Because if this A wave, let's say, for argument's sake, this A wave goes, it starts here, right? Goes from here down to $300, okay? Then the B wave can go all the way to $200,000. You see, the variance, again, I know the system and I know the patterns, but can I tell you where Bitcoin is going to go next? In terms of, where we're going to top out next? No, I don't have that data yet. As more candles print, I'll probably be able to give you a decent idea, but based off of the wave principle and mathematics and Fibonacci, right now, 200K is within the realm of possibility. After we go down here, and then we hit some kind of reversal here, we can go up all the way to 200K. Or we may get a zigzag correction. No, we can't have a zigzag correction because this is already a flat, right? So this has to come to at least the 786. So I would say that the minimum retracement, let's say Bitcoin bottomed out at $300, the minimum value I would say would be $7,300. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's all I'm doing. It's not witchcraft or anything. I'm just using math. But this pattern is a basic pattern. Look up, Google Elliott Wave and you'll see exactly this. And this is exactly what we're seeing. And the beauty about this system, or whatever you want to call it, this principle, is that it works on every asset. There's no like, but it doesn't work on gold. It doesn't work on precious metals. It doesn't work on Google or Facebook or whatever. Like, you can chart anything. You can chart doo-doo. Pull up the chart of doo-doo if there were one, and you could see the wave principle in it. You could see 5 waves up and 3 waves down. So when we talk about cycles, okay, DJ No Name, you're saying that I see 3 waves from 69 to 32. 69 to 32. 69 to 32. Yeah, there are 3 waves from 69 to 32, but that's zoomed in. I'm on the monthly chart, so going on the daily chart, I mean, we're in agreement. I see 3 waves as well. This is a flat correction. This is a pivot, right? This is right. This is A. This is the first wave, right? It's all fractal, right? So when I was talking about this A wave on the monthly chart, this A wave is comprised of 3 waves. So there's an initial wave A of A. This is wave B of B. There's 3 waves, right? You can see it. And then there's a pivot, a flat correction pivot. And then we're in wave C. So this is wave C is also wave 1 of the larger ABC pattern. Okay? So that's basically what I'm saying. Maybe we're saying the same thing, would show me that this is a giant wave 2. That I would disagree with. Let's go back on the monthly. Okay, and here's why. Here's why this can't be a giant wave 2. If this were a wave 2, remember wave 2 retraces to a minimum of 382, right? The maximum retracement of wave 2 is 618. Where is your 382 retracement? That's my question, okay? If you say, oh, Dean, obviously it's right here, then I'll ask, right here. I ask, pull your fibs out, okay? Pull your fibs out. And obviously, we know that it's not always exact. Sometimes it gets close, and it's close enough, right? Pull your fibs from the beginning of when Bitcoin was trading at a penny to the top of the 5th wave, right? Or what we think is the 5th wave. We're not even close. The 382 is at $65. The 382 is at $65. So there's no way. So we have wave 3 starting from around 35K. Wave 3 starting from around 35K. Nah, bro. Here's why I disagree. How can wave 3? Wave 3 is supposed to be the large, and I guess we have to agree on a time frame. We have to agree on a degree, okay? Because it's all fractal. Maybe you're talking intraday. I'm on the monthly chart. Wave 3 can't start at 35K. I mean, the shit started at a penny, and the top is 65K. There's no way wave 3, the most impulsive and the largest wave, usually the largest wave, can start at 35K. You see what I mean? Nah, see, that's where we disagree. Wave 2 cannot retrace till 80%, and I know Elliott Wave international people tend to say that. I would say that, they have to distinguish between a flat correction and a 2 wave. They're not the same. So that 1 2 1 2, or they say 1 2 1 2 thing is sloppy to me. You can prove it to yourself. It's, wave 2 is not a wave 2. Wave 2 can't both be a full retrace, 100% retrace, or a 90% retrace of wave 1, and then be also a wave 2 that retraces to between the 0.5 and the 618. Like, it can't do that. Also, I would say that one of the reasons people say technically that wave 2 can come all the way 100% of wave 1 is because they're allowing for what happens in a diagonal. And in a diagonal, we know wave 2 can retrace all the way to 90 to 100% of wave 1 as long as it doesn't retrace beyond the origination point of wave 1. But I would say to that, research it, prove it to yourself, chart it. Wave 2 can't retrace beyond the 618. It can wick beyond the 618, but look at try to count very carefully any impulse and prove it to yourself that wave 2 in the impulse cannot retrace beyond the 618, okay? And if you're counting the flat correction that comes before wave 2, then you're, distinguish. One's a flat correction and one's wave 2. And so when you're looking at that flat correction, I'm just going to draw it real quick. Let's say in a reversal pattern, right? You have, reversal pattern, you have your A wave, you have your B wave, and then you get down to the bottom here, right? And you're looking for you have a flat correction, right? That goes A, B, and then after that, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're counting this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, whatever, to each his own. But technically speaking, that's an A wave. This is a B wave. That's a C wave that is also a wave 1. And I think this subtlety escapes a lot of people in the Elliott Wave international system, because the C wave is both a C wave and your first wave. And that means this wave 2 is legal because it doesn't retrace beyond the 618. All right, but that's just my opinion. I know some people also hold my opinion and other people don't, and that's fine. But I'm trading this day in and day out. If I can't make heads or tails of what a wave 2 is, I don't know when to enter a trend. Yeah, no, I have respect for you as well. And there's some, and I've said this before, there's some people at Elliott Wave International that can trade their asses off. And they've made a lot more than I have dreamed of making. So, it's even, and this system is so powerful, even with a fundamental kind of a sloppy issue in distinguishing this certain little thing, people are still able to make a ton of successful trades with the system. I forget the name of them. There's a few people at Elliott Wave International that are like, they're legends. And I've watched a lot of their seminars and stuff like that. I personally don't ascribe to that 1-2-1-2 thing, but they know their stuff. They know their stuff by and large. And you don't have to be 100% to do very well in this market if you really understand this Elliott Wave system. It's so powerful. I mean, how powerful is this? If BitBoy had this information, we'd all be cooked. I mean, look, imagine if he had this information and he actually understood it and knew how to apply it, right? And a lot of people know of Elliott Wave theory, but they think it's bullshit. Fine, great. That's our edge, right? So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. I know I got on the monthly chart just to answer a question, but in the coming weeks, I do see, so I'm short-term bearish, medium-term bullish, long-term bearish, and for those reasons. So let's get back on the small time frame, because we're in some trades. I don't know if you guys are in trades, but I am in a trade that's currently underwater, but I will be doing much better once I add to the short up here somewhere, and then take profit. Oh, let's talk about where to take profit. So yeah, I'm looking to enter this trade, like I said, ladder into this trade, and I'm looking to take profit at this region between 41 and 42. That's my first take profit, because I do believe that this B wave is going somewhere. I don't know where it's going, but we may even get a higher high in this B wave. So I'm looking to take profit and then re-enter the short once the B waves progress. That's my plan. It's my master plan. Let's get on the larger time frames. Show. Let's see. 15 minute. Let's see. Let's delete this. It's too noisy. So yeah, right? Wave 4 of the previous trend. Wave 1, 2, 3, wave 4, wave 5. If this A wave is halfway done, right? We're going to get a little bit of this. I expect the end to come up here. That's where I look to take profit. Because, like I said, this B wave may be, and let's say we end up, let's just say, let's draw this out. Let's draw this out for argument's sake. This A wave goes like this, right? It's probable, it's possible that it goes like this. One more leg up takes us right here somewhere. Okay, let's say we end up at 41, somewhere like that, right? This B wave, again, just using Fibonacci, can come all the way up. Jeez, sorry about that. To 48. I want no parts of that. All right, I've moved my stops back enough as it is, right? I'm not going to continue to add to my margin. So just be very careful, right? Understand that I don't know if maybe it's not, it's possible. I don't know if it's probable. But once we print this A wave, we get a B wave. That B wave can go all the way to 48 if this plays out. And this is very likely to play out. We're very likely to come to this region right here between 41 and 42, okay? So this B wave, minimally, if it's a flat correction, we're expecting us to come back to 45K. And if it's an expanded flat, we can go all the way up to 46.6, 48.4, okay? People are going to start going long again. And, that's a nice trade. Reason I don't trade B waves, damn, that's a lot. That's like 16, 17%. Shit. I might be tempted to. But look, as a professional trader, I can no longer take, big risks. And that's a big risk to me. Even if it's 16%, I'll tell you why. It's capricious. I don't know. I can't say what it's going to do, right? I think it's going up, but like, how is it going to go up, right? That's the whole point with trading on margin. You kind of have to know the how. You know what's going to happen, and you have to know the how. If it goes like, this, wants to stop me out, like, I want no parts of that. If I can see one wave complete, okay, then a second wave complete, then I know that we are in impulse. Then I can get in, okay? I'll get in on an impulse to the upside. No problem. But if it's unpredictable and it's this is volatility. This A and B of B is going to be volatility. And maybe it's complex. I want no parts of that chop. If I'm getting into that B wave trade, I'm going to get in on the impulse. And that's it. But if I don't get in on that impulse, what I'm going to do, and this is how I try to manage risk, and trading professionally is, I think, 85% managing risk. Obviously, you have to read and be a decent reader of the charts to know more or less where price is going to go. But managing risk is huge, because when you're wrong, and you will be wrong, you can't lose the mortgage for the month. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is, in a move like this where I anticipate Bitcoin, I anticipate that we come down after whatever happens here. I anticipate that we come down a great deal. I don't want to trade against this, okay? As a pro, I don't want to be caught going long when I know this is coming. I've done that before. I've made that mistake before, so I don't have to make it again, right? I've made it as an amateur, so as a pro, I just don't do it. Just what, for 16% gain? What is this? Let's say we go and make a lower low. What's the move here, right? That's a 30% gain. That's twice as much. So I'm doing the math instead of trying to be greedy and get in on every little trade. Instead of longing this right here, as a pro, I'm looking to enter more positions here. So ladder in. So I'm taking profit on my short, and then I'm waiting for this to happen, and I'm entering more shorts here instead of getting in on it. Because if I'm so sure, not sure, but confident that this is the bigger move down, even if I get in on a short here and we move up all the way to the 1618, I'm still within the larger trend, right? And I don't want to trade against the larger trend. That's when, if you make a mistake, no amount of margin, adding to your margin, no amount of moving your stops back is going to help you. You're going to get cooked in this impulse, right? And so far, I haven't, as a pro, I haven't, been on the wrong end of a trade. Like, obviously, I entered a short a bit too early here, but I was still on the right side of a trade, right? I could move back a little bit, right, and manage my trade where I didn't get stopped out, didn't get liquidated. But so those are my thoughts. That's why, don't be surprised if this B wave goes to 46 to 48, and because Bitcoin's really bullish right now, right? This A wave took us way further than a lot of people anticipated, okay? And so I wouldn't be surprised, I wouldn't be shocked if after we came to between 41 and 42, this B wave took some time, okay? Because what takes time in price action? It's always the consolidation. You get a B wave, an X wave, a wave 2, wave 4. The consolidation, the chop, that takes time. We get our impulse. Don't be surprised if that impulse makes a higher high. And let's zoom out and see what that would look like. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if we tested this, right? We came here in the B wave. I wouldn't be shocked. Just don't be confused. B waves are some of the trickiest things in price action when it comes to Elliott Wave analysis. And our friend Steve hates B waves, right? Steve, if he's listening, he always says he doesn't trade B waves, but it's hard not to trade them because they're always happening, right? They're just counter trends. But I think the way to use it is use it as an entry or an exit point. And so that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to use the B wave predominantly as an entry point for more shorts. I can't promise that I won't try to trade the move up if I see a clear impulse of the B wave, okay? I can't promise that I won't try and scalp a small position. But by and large, my larger position would be to add to a short position on the way down, because I do believe that at minimum, we will come to, even if we don't retrace all the way down and make a new low, okay? At minimum, I think we will come to this region between the 786 and the 886. That's what I've seen. So in back testing these B waves, the minimum retracement I've seen is the 786. So that would be 35.3, between 35.3 and 34.3, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is useful. Like the stream if you haven't yet. And that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss today. Let me know if there's anything else you all want to see, any coins you want me to look at, any ideas you want to share. Let me know. So if there's nothing else, I'm just going to cut the stream. I appreciate you guys joining. Thank you for, subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for joining the live streams. Appreciate all of you. DJ No Name, Aziz, 83 Madden, Wakar, and anybody else that's on here listening afterwards. Thank you. And have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time it is. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.